I think I am live. Hello, Zen friends. Happy Sunday to you. Hope everyone has been having an amazing weekend. And those of you on the other side of the planet, hope you had a great weekend because yours is coming to a close. I'm so sorry. But so happy to have you all here and excited, as always, to see what messages come through from Spirit today. So let us get into the energy. We'll start off with the singing bowl, which we love to do, at least I love to do. And as I do this, we can just invite this beautiful, eternal, unconditional love energy to have it flow into our being, flow into our hearts, into our emotions, go up into our minds, into our thoughts and our stories, into our energetic fields, all the meridians, energetic meridians in our bodies, our chakras, our auras, into our physical bodies too, into our joints, into our blood, to our veins, our organs, everything, our cells of our body, just filling up every area of our beingness here, and then flowing out to the world, allowing it to do what it wants to do out there. As I'm hitting the singing bowl, can also, if you want to immediately start raising your love vibration, think of just one thing right now that you're grateful for. And just sincerely from the core of your being, just thank the Creator for it. That immediately starts raising our love vibration, but it also draws in messages from Spirit, and it magnetizes us to receive more of what we're grateful for. So we can do that energy. Before I hit the singing bowl, I'm going to take a big deep breath to come back to this moment right here, right now, coming out of the future, coming out of the past, coming right into this moment, honoring this moment for what it is. So if you want to join me, hold your breath for as long as you would like. Don't pass out. And then we'll begin the singing bowl. So here we go. Big deep breath in. Beautiful. Let's begin. Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you so much for joining me and doing that. Boy, she is singing today. A lot of different energy today than the last few days. Just in general. Let's put her back here on her little throne to watch over us. But definitely a difference in energy. I know what Thursday, Friday felt very, very heavy. Friday and Saturday just kind of felt strange and odd energy. Today feels like more back in a flow of energy. So whatever was going on seems to have flowed. So I love that. So welcome everybody. If you're new to my channel or new to these readings, welcome. I'm brudda-zen. We got a great group of Zen friends here with huge hearts, great senses of humor. Definitely two things that we can use in this human adventure that we're on. If you want to know, of course, there's always room for more Zen friends, so you're always welcome here. And it's a safe space for us. If you're wanting to know how all the process works on readings, it's all down in the description box of the video, but donations do get first priority. I step outside of those, dive deeper into those readings. Free readings are usually 1 to 2 cards, but if you want to be prioritized and dive deeper, donation of any kind can do that. I don't have any set dollar amounts, so whatever you're able to give from your heart is perfect. You can use the super chat down below, or in the description box it does talk about my Venmo, CashApp, PayPal, and Square. So whichever one you feel comfortable using and what's best for you, feel free to use that. After I'm done with each session, I do post a pinned comment listing the order in which all the readings are completed with timestamps, so that you can just click on it and go directly to your reading. So if you want to post here and then come back later, you could always come back after the stream and find your quickly your reading. Sundays are special. I'm on for 3-hour sessions. Normally I'm on Friday, Saturday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday nights from 6 to 9 p.m. and then Saturday and Sunday mornings, 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Sunday's the only one that I do come back on in the afternoon. Whatever I don't finish in the morning session, I come back in and complete everything. So that includes all free readings. This week I did get through everything Thursday, Friday, and Saturday night. Saturday morning I didn't get to any free readings, but I did complete them all the other nights, which is not normal. So be sure to check those out. If you did have reading requests during those nights, just check the timestamps in the pinned comments. I think that's everything. Blah, 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 blah. I think that's everything. Today, we're going to be using the giant Syrian Starseed Tarot. And if I might interact, like go back and forth, I mean, we've got the Tarot of Sacred Kingdoms, too. Let's see if we can get it. There it goes. That I'll be using, too. These are huge cards. Here's the standard size of tarot, and then boom, boom, boom. So these are even almost too big for my own big old hands, because I'm like 6'4", so I've got large hands. But these even are hard for me to shuffle and grab on the sides. So we will be using those. For anyone that makes a donation, 1 per person per stream, we will get a fortune cookie of the Sacred Medicine Oracle as well. So we'll get a little fortune cookie for the end of your reading. Yeah, so I think that's what I wanted to mention here. Let's give you an update here on donations, what we have first. So we'll go and complete those first, and then we will be looking at free readings after that. So we'll have Supernova will be up first, and then Michelle Smith via the CashApp, and then we'll circle around to Brenda. So apologize for the weirdness of the YouTube has changed their chats to put the @ signs, like our IDs instead of the name that you chose. It has something to do with they're all unique, and then that way people can't pretend to be someone else, because everyone could put the same like name, but the branding or I forget what they call it. It's the label of your channel is unique and different, and those are the ones that they have here. So those are the ones that I see, and so if I don't recognize you, if your name was different, my apologies. All right, but we will get into the readings here. So let me make sure I grab timestamps here. All right, and we will start off with Supernova. So Nova, good to see you. I was actually thinking about you this morning. Must have been sensing your energy coming our way. So good to see you. I hope you are well. So thank you for your donation, your little super, there's your little super sticker there. And let's take a look here. So tomorrow's your birthday. Well, happy early birthday to you. You're turning 20. No, you're so funny. It's tragic. That's hilarious. So what messages do your spirit guides want you to hear? You don't know why you're so bummed out turning to 20. Shouldn't you be excited? You know, that's the thing you'll learn as you get older and older, that you can feel whatever you want to feel about whatever you want to. There is no supposed to, you know, you get to choose how you want to be excited about times or not. And there's no wrong or right way, just different choices, different experiences. So it's normal though, and I'm sure everyone can chime in about this too, that when we hit significant things like going from a teenager to the 20s and hitting like 30s and even 25, a quarter of a century old, you know, or 30s, 40s, 50s, excuse me, these, you know, what we think are significant time frames, we can put stories around it or not. You know, so it's whatever story you want to put to it is up to you. You're like, shouldn't I be like super excited? You know, here when I have a birthday now that I'm, you know, an old codger, old as an aged whiskey, right? When you get older, you know, it's just another day. It's just another trip around the sun. And you just realize it's experiences. And especially when you look at like how many lifetimes that we have in different expressions of our soul, it is, this is just one of millions of different experiences we have. But we can experience, this is one of the few realms where we experience time and we really look at, you know, we're only existing for a certain amount of time, this human character, and that's fine. If you imagine that the human body is kind of designed currently to live to be about 120, 130 if we take good care of ourselves, you're just a spring chicken still. And I know what you said, you call yourself an ancient fossil. I'm like, listen here, you young whippersnapper. If you're an ancient fossil, and I'm like almost, what, 3 times as old as you. I know. It flies by, so do not worry. I will, there's a special card for you for your birthday that as I was preparing and I was shuffling these up, a card came out for you as I read about your, shouldn't I have accomplished something already? So I like this. This is going to be a special card for you for your birthday. And then you will get also a sacred medicine as well. So let's jump in and see what Spirit wants you to know. Your spirit guides want you to hear for your birthday here. So for your 20th birthday, we've got this one, and this one, and this one, and this one, and this one. All right. See what we got going on here. Everyone says the same thing. Yeah, it is the experience, right? Wow. You know, I love your reading is going to be fun. I can imagine. The card, just so I'll read everything here in a moment. I love the little raccoon. My dreams are coming true. This is all your, you know, referring back to your dream. And what's your first card on the bottom of the deck? The 5 of chalices, the 5 of cups. We always get this for you for your dreams, right? Which your dream is to, through music and through your artistic expression, to help people move their emotional energy from lower vibration to higher vibration. So I feel like this is going to be about your dream, and I like that. So let's take a look here and see what we have here for your other cards. You do have the Adept of Chalices, which is the Page of Cups. And the Page of Cups, I mean, that is about heightened emotion and, again, kind of reiterating the five of chalices, it's about raising your emotional vibration. And even though you feel like you haven't come a long way, like you said, I feel like I have accomplished nothing this far. We talk about how we're always with ourselves every moment. And so sometimes we don't realize how far we've come because we're always with ourselves. So we are making little incremental micro changes every moment. Um, and um, you don't realize how far you've gone even if you're just making these little steps. If you look a year, you're like, wow, look how far I've come. But we don't notice that until we look back and glance and go, wow, look at where I was a year ago, 2 years ago, 3 years ago, etc. And then you're like, wow, I have learned a lot through what I've gone through. And sometimes it feels like we're repeating things, like I keep going back to the same thing over and over. We do, but it's not a circle like this. It's a spiral upward. And because we start here and we come back around, it looks similar, but we're a floor up. And then we go another one and another one. And because we're with ourselves, we feel like we haven't done a whole lot, gone a whole long way. But if we closed our eyes and went up 5 flights and then opened our eyes, we'd be like, whoa, look how far I went. But because you're with yourself all the time, you may not realize how far you've come. So a good reflection to look back a year ago, where was I 2 years ago, 5 years ago, and go, okay, I have definitely changed, grown, become more aware, experienced so much. And it's a good energy to realize that we always do we always do the best we can in every moment with what we know, with our energy, and what our environment is. We're all of us are always making and doing the best we can in that moment. Now, a year later, we might do things differently because we've learned. But when we go back and go, I should have done this, it's like I did the best I could always with where I was, with what I knew as a human, what energy I was experiencing, and the environment that I was in. So important to know there. Let's see what else we got here. You've got the tower. Yeah, this is trusting that, every moment does happen for us. Things are brought into our life on purpose for us to experience, and things are removed out of our life on purpose for us. And when things are removed out of our life, it's to make space for those things that are more in alignment with who we want to be and where we want to go. And it clears things out of the way to allow us to move forward. So I like that energy of realizing that life doesn't happen to me. Life does happen for me because we learn through growing pains. We learn. So when things are brought into our life and they're like, here, it's to bring things to our attention so that we can be freed from it. That's why obstacles or conflict comes into our life, not to punish us or to pick on us, but to free us. Because in that triggering, things that come up show us what we want to see so we can release it. Because they're already impacting us below the surface. But if they never are brought here, we're just going to continue patterns and not realizing, because sometimes we're on autopilot until something goes, hey, it's like when you're using cruise control, we might just be going along until something comes in front of us where we have to slow down and see it. And then we can realize, oh, wow, I was just kind of drifting around. Now I'm paying attention again. So good energy there. I got the Six of Flames, the Six of Wands. A great energy. I like that this is like celebrating the victories, the support. And this is like your spiritual guides and your spiritual posse saying, we're so proud of you and we cheer you on because of what you've gone through and what you've overcome and how much you've grown in the adventure that you're on. You're very supported, very celebrated by the spirit world, even if the human world, we're usually all consumed with ourselves. We don't celebrate a lot of other people because we're trying to celebrate ourselves and feel worthy to celebrate ourselves. But once we are in this energy of going, wow, look at what I've accomplished in life, even writing down just 5 things that I feel I've accomplished. in the last 5 years helps us really appreciate who we are and how far we've come, because everything that you've gone through has formed who you are today. And you love who you are today, whether you realize it or not. We do love ourselves, who we are today. We just have to get past our little mind gate sometimes. That noodle, this is the troublemaker, right? The stories that it creates that are not true. But this is this, again, this celebration. Look back and celebrate with us, because we're uplifting you, your spirit guides. You also have indigo. You have the magician, beautiful energy, which does tell you here that you have the power. You have everything within you to make your dreams come true. Now we're going back into the dream energy, right? But it is whatever you focus your energy on is what you grow and expand. Again, there is no right or wrong choice, just different choices with different outcomes and different experiences. Not better or worse from spirit standpoint, good or bad, acceptable, non-acceptable. It's all an adventure. But what you want to experience, you can draw into you. And so if I focus in on lack, if I focus in on what I feel is missing in my life, like what I haven't accomplished, what I feel I need, what I feel I want, the fears I have, I draw in things that match that to show me my energy. But I can also, that's like, think of 5 things that you're grateful for that you've experienced in the last 5 years. And you go into that gratitude, that state of gratitude for it, then that changes our energy, and that draws in things that match more of that, more of gratitude, more things to be grateful for. Things start to flow in. So your energy, being aware every moment as much as we can, where I focus is what I draw in. I'm the creator of my life. Creator is the co-creator with us, not saying that this is how your life should be. They are responding to our energy and whatever we're focusing on. We're not in the back seat, in a baby seat, being driven somewhere. We're in the driver's seat, driving the vehicle, driving the party bus. Creators next to us, handing out the snacks, handling the radio, doing the air conditioning and heating. And our energy is what goes into the GPS and guides us in our life. And all of our spiritual posse are all the puppies in the back seat, excited to be along for the ride, not caring where we go, because they don't have an opinion. They're just along for the adventure, creator and our spiritual guides. But we're in charge of our life, what we want to, where we want to go, what we want to do, and our energy is what takes us in those directions. So I like that, the power that comes in here. And then you have abundance. Yep. We had to get the Empress. Here's Empress energy. You get this in all your readings almost, right? Here's that creativity, the Empress, nurturing and mothering yourself, but then which allows you, going back to that 5 of Cups, what you experience, how you grow emotionally is what you're able to share with others. So everything that you've experienced up to this point is this energy of experiencing the emotional conflicts, the emotional roller coasters, the emotional experiences, because all of this is going to help you and helping other people, right? Sharing those experiences through energy and song and art and the lyrics and your presence, and you're going to able to help others with that 5 of Cups. So returning to the dream, celebrating, getting a clearer picture of who you are and where you've been. Let's do your fortune cookie first, and then we'll give you your birthday present here. Hey, Diana. Hey, Olivier. Good to see you guys. Hello, hello. Oh, right, there it is. So you have the Peaceful Warrior, card number 49, which is potency. There's actually a book called The Peaceful Warrior, but there's a little movie called The Peaceful Warrior as well. I think it's called Peaceful Warrior. So if you want to check that out, I feel like that's important there too. So it says, in times of upheaval and chaos, we often need fighters and defenders, but we need those who carry a steady and open-hearted presence even more urgently. This is what is being asked of you at this time. When you think of the archetype of the warrior, what comes to your mind? Can you align this with the vision for peace and unity? You are handed a spiritual weapon to wield with compassion and discretion, for you can hold fierce power and harmony simultaneously. You're asked to take a stand as an ally for those in need in some way. This may be voicing your truth, marching, donating, or tending to others. I feel like voicing your truth is one, right? Please know that the potency of your love is what is needed, for it ripples out far and wide. It's time to rise into this version of yourself, knowing that you make a difference. Wow. While there are many who armor up for battle and fighting, this will not be the best use of your energy right now. The world needs your gentle spirit, remembering that softness is strength too. Sink into your role as a peaceful warrior and know that as you walk in this way, you are so much more than enough. Wow. The sacred ceremony comes with, it says, a spiritual guide stands before you and asks you to hold up your spiritual weapon. I think that's your guitar. And as you do, they place their hands around it, infusing it with golden light. This light moves into your heart and helps it beat with the knowledge that your way of showing up is needed at this time. The planet is going through a huge evolutionary phase, and you have an important part to play. Your spiritual weapon is ready for use and will be here when you're called to defend with nonviolence. Wow, I know, right? That hits differently. The healing affirmation is, I claim my space here as a peaceful warrior. My fierce love penetrates deeply. What the helly? I know. So I love that for you, this peaceful warrior energy. And I do. There was this old cartoon, El Kabong. I think it was a horse in the cartoons, and he had a guitar, and he would always El Kabong, and he'd hit people over the head with the guitar. But I feel like your weapon, your peaceful weapon, is communicating through music and song. So I like that. Right. And then your birthday present, happy birthday again, early birthday, is going to be from the Tapping Solutions of Daily Guidance. We'll do the tapping process here. And this is for whoever this resonates as well. But this is came in for you. So again, you have my dreams are coming true. And it's card number 37. 37, of course, is 7 plus 3 is 10. It's a card of endings and beginnings. So good for your birthday, hitting 20, 2 decades. It says, this card is your reminder that dreams aren't just wishful thinking. They're seeds of potential already sprouting and growing. Your dreams are unfolding before you, even when you can't see the whole picture yet. Perhaps in ways more magical and profound than you can currently envision. Give yourself this moment, wow, to look back and notice how far you've come. There we go. There's that message again. Your dreams may have evolved, taken unexpected turns, or manifested in ways you couldn't have predicted. This is the magic of dreams. They guide us in a direction, but the journey often reveals even better destinations than we could ever initially imagine. So stay open to possibilities, trust in what is to come, and watch the magic unfold before you. There's that magician energy. As you move forward, stay alert to signs of progress. They may be subtle, a chance encounter, an unexpected opportunity, a moment of clarity. These are all indications that your dreams are materializing. And as your dreams come to light, do your best to enjoy the journey. Time flies when you're having fun, right? The space between you and your dream will diminish rapidly the more you find joy in the process. Take inspired action, follow your intuition, and keep your heart open to the wonder of it all. Above all, remember, your dreams are coming true. I love it. And then the tapping, there's this tapping that you can do. It helps you communicate with your subconscious and aligns things. So if you'd like to join me or come back to this with a timestamp later, we start off with the hand here, which says, even though I sometimes have doubts, my dreams are still unfolding. And then we move up to the head here. I am a magnet for my desires. I attract the right opportunities. I take inspired action. I trust my intuition. I recognize signs of progress and find joy in the journey. It's all coming together. My dreams are coming true. And then take a big deep breath and then release. So it's very positive energies. So definitely you can repeat it as many times. Repeat it daily. Repeat it as many times as you want. It just helps us get that into our being, and then we start living it as well. So I know, right? So happy birthday, Supernova. That's what they have for you. Absolutely. Good to see you. I'm so glad you're pursuing your creative endeavors because, like it said, the world, the planet needs you. Yes, absolutely. So many blessings. All right. All right. So up next, we do have Michelle Smith via the CashApp. Let's do. I don't know. I always go into a German mode. I don't know why. That's my German accent. Woohoo, 20 tomorrow. Happy birthday to you. All right. So, Michelle, you wanted a general reading. Thank you again for your donation. Let's shuffle these up. Take a quick sip of coffee here. Cheers, everybody. Oh, thanks, Diana. Appreciate you. All right. So let's see here. So, Michelle, what does Spirit want you to know right now? All right. Okay. Do you want that one? They do want these? Okay. Anything else? I feel like we do want this one and this one and this one as well. All right. Let's see what we got going on here. Let me just scooch these over. They're such big cards. I'll have it this way. All right. So the bottom of the deck here, Michelle, you do have the Four of Crystals, which is the Four of Pentacles. Four Pentacles energy here feels like this solid, restful foundation. If you think of like this represents a feeling of home, not like a house, but capital H home. Like home is where the heart is, somewhere where you just feel this safety, this safe zone to be true you, and where you just feel like a womb, like you're in this comfortable womb. And this is the energy that's coming in right now. And it is related to a physical location being crystals and pentacle energy. And so I feel like this has to do with the search of a place that feels like that, or a return to a place. We'll find out more here. Let's see, is it a return or a new one? We have the Nine of Flames. Ooh, Ooh la la. Nine of Wands is this energy of fire energy and movement. This is this perseverance energy, because there can be a block energy, but I feel like yours is perseverance and moving through something. That don't give up. You're going to find this place and feel this way. So continue to look forward to this. Continue to look for this place, to search for this place, even meditate on it, sit with it and go, what does it look like in the physical world, this place of safety? And just imagine it, and then search. Maybe it's a vacation spot. Maybe it's somewhere you go visit. Like my host, that we have like 100-acre park in here in the middle of Colorado Springs nearby, and you can get lost in not lost in it. You just have to keep walking. Eventually, you'll get out of the park into the city, but you can like lose yourself in a way, and you can spend hours walking around in it if you want. But she has a special spot she likes to go to there, and that is that place of a special spot. Either it's in your home, in your backyard, in a park nearby, somewhere, or maybe it's somewhere you like to go visit. But definitely, I feel like finding this or going to it, returning to it, is important for you right now. Let's see what these 4 cards are that came out together. You have the solar deity, the sun card. It's bright, bright light here. It's a victory, warmth energy. Here's that warmth of home energy. You have the Ace of Orbs, the Ace of Swords. It does feel like this is a new place. Clarity on finding out where this place is. You have more sun energy. Both the sun card and the strength card, both are Leo energy. So, and we're in Leo season a few more days. We have Virgo sun coming up here next week, but we're still in Leo season. So I feel like this is this energy of fire and warmth and energy, but it's about now, because we're in the season. So this is the season of finding this place for you. And you have the Tower as well. It does feel like there's the removal of something out of your life to make space for this new place. That's why this feels very new, and that makes sense now for me. That it could be that there's an old place that just doesn't do it for you anymore, or it's a place that's been changed and it just doesn't feel that way anymore. And that's okay. This is just saying that something's being removed out of your life in that aspect, to have you experience a new place that's even more feels like home for you. So there is this alteration, and this could be a physical move even, I'm hearing, if that resonates for you, maybe eventually. But I feel like a part of this is finding that area first, and you do that by going and visiting, by going and experiencing. Once with one of my exes, they were my partner at the time, they wanted to move to Chicago, and so I went with them to go there, to feel what the energy was like. And I got there, it felt, even though I love the lake, and it was February and it was sleeting and cold, which I love cold weather. I was like, it felt empty. There was no energy there for me, and I know, like, I can't move here. And so it's like going and experiencing that kind of energy is what we do, and go, oh, okay, yeah, this isn't for me. Or like, oh my God, Colorado Springs is that for me. Whenever I come back here, this is home. This has this feeling. No matter where I go, where I'm drawn to and experience, they always bring me back here. I'm always drawn back here. And you'll find that place, if you haven't already. But there is this feeling of experiencing things differently. You have the Two of Orbs, the Two of Swords, which is the battle between the head and the heart. This is where your heart, home is where the heart is, not where the mind is. The mind will go, well, we need to be somewhere this and this and this. I have this little checklist, which feels like you're existing. When we're following our heart and we're in a place of where our heart, home is where the heart is. So when our heart takes us somewhere, that feels like home, not the mind. I love that. And then you also have the 9 of chalices. Yeah, the 9 of cups. Here's all that emotion filling full and overflowing. So again, it's where the heart is. It's where the heart feels full, not where the mind goes, all right, checked everything off the list. And the 7 of chalices. Yeah, all the different, the different emotions um, that are taking you to follow. Yeah, I love this. Follow the emotions that leads you to where you are, where it's wanting to go. The heart knows the way, and it will lead the way. Wow, I love that for you. So hopefully that resonates for you. We'll grab your fortune cookie here too. Let me just put these back in here. I love these big old honkin' cards. We definitely have starseed energy with us. We had ancestor energy yesterday going on today. It feels like another part of our spiritual posse. We all have influence of all of these um, collectives of higher vibrational beings across the universe that support us here on Earth because they want to help us evolve into a higher vibration as well to experience that on this plane. All right, there we go. Wow, that came flying out. And you have release, the fall equinox, the buffalo. Yeah, letting go of the old, moving into the new. You got card 33. So power number or master number, however you believe. Says a time of letting go. The cycle of death and release is calling to you today. When the leaves fall to the earth with ease, we remember the power of surrendering to what is. The medicine of this card is inviting you into this cycle, asking you to assess what is ready to die in your life. That Tower card, what are you ready to let go, to open up the space to move towards something that's more in alignment with who you are, right? With your heart. Perhaps it's a relationship, a belief system, or a job, or a location. Maybe it's time to clear out your closets or release things that are taking up too much space in your sacred home. Whatever it might be, you are asked to loosen your grip so that all that is heavy can fall to the earth to be mulched. Buffalo lets out a primal sound, encouraging you to join in. As you let go, they offer their support, reminding you to trust that as you release, you make room for what is meant to fill up your life. Buffalo provides safety and care, holding space for the harvest that is waiting for you at the other end of the season. With its ancient voice and knowing, it brings you back to the clear and wise truth that you don't need to hold on any longer. Buffalo has cut the cords to your past, and freedom is yours if you so choose. The sacred ceremony is Buffalo offers you their comforting fur and large presence, and you lean into what you need. As you are held, you feel yourself pouring out all that needs a release. And Buffalo gently shakes you and helps to clear away the old layer by layer. When you feel clear, you sparkle with energy that attracts abundance your way. In your letting go, you're able to harvest what is meant to be. Your healing affirmation is I release and trust that all is exactly as it should be. It is safe to let go. Wow. I love that for you. So hopefully that resonates for you, my dear. That is what they have for you right now. So many blessings to you. Thank you again for your donation. All right. And then Brenda, you are up. Hello, my dear. Let's grab your timestamp here. Boom. After I'm done here, we'll get an update on where we're at on donations as well. I had a few more come in. All right. So, Brenda, let's give your donation a love and a like there since it lets me. And you'd like a money generally and cleaning service business for this week, please. All right. And then you said, and what was it? And love if you can have a boy. Whoa. I think that was your phone, or Freudian slip. Whoa, all right, let's take a look here. All right. So we've got money generally, cleaning service, business, and love. and love here. So let's see what we have here. 1, 2, 3. All right. Yeah, and we have Sage of Crystals, which this is the Queen of Pentacles, which we like because Queen of Pentacles energy is an energy of course, self-nurture, Mother Nature, Mother Nurture ourselves. But it's also harvest, it's abundance, it's creativity. So I like that kind of energy coming in here for your life in general as we pull cards here. So money generally, you have the 10 of Flames, the 10 of Wands. 10 of Wands is an interesting energy for you. On one side, the 10 of Wands brings, especially with the Queen of Pentacles underneath here, this feeling of harvest coming your way, because all of those things they're carrying on their back is the fruit of the labor, the fruit of the harvest coming in. So I do feel like with money, being aware of the energy that you're investing towards money is important because you can have a harvest. So I feel like there is money coming your way, but the how much of it is coming your way has to do with your flame, your wand energy, your attention, your intention. So always a great reminder for us all, wherever we focus our energy is what grows and expands. So am I in a state of gratitude for what I do have, from my deep depth of my being, really just grateful that money comes to you easily and effortlessly, and you're grateful for what you have and what you have had. That opens the floodgates, right? That expands. When we're focusing on lack, like I need more, I don't have enough, I fear I'm not going to have enough, lack energy, then we invite more lack because our energy wants to experience that. And when we've had enough of lack, then we can return to gratitude, right? But I feel like with the 10 of Wands, it is an energy of be aware, because 10 is an ending and beginning energy. Renew your energy towards gratitude for the finances you do have and have had, right? Specifically for your cleaning business this next week, you have the 5 of Chalices, the 5 of Cups. This is a kind of a nudge to be aware of the emotional energy, the emotional choices you're making around your cleaning business. Excuse me, because that can be, I'm taking things from a lower vibration, fear and lack energy and frustration and what I don't like about it and irritation, any lower vibration. And I'm switching that to joy, laughter, gratitude, celebration, unconditional love, play. Let's make it fun and maybe have some sort of, like among your employees, if you have employees, I'm assuming you do, um, we're going to have a contest. Take a picture of you doing something funny and there'll be a weekly winner or something. It's like bring fun and play, excuse me, into this, into it, but change the energy around how you see the cleaning service. And I feel like there's this energy of return to your why. What's the purpose of having a cleaning service? Is it just to make money? Or is it because I want to help people with their homes and make it easier for them? And return to the heart of the business instead of the mind of the business, I feel is important for you. So hopefully that makes sense. And then love, we have coming in here. You got the Sage of Chalices. You got the Queen of Cups. A lot of emotional energy that's coming in here. And it gives the 2 queens that are popping up. The Queen of Cups is about returning to your own emotions. She has the Ace of Cups, which is our self-love. And there is this energy of returning to you. Again, with this, the Queen of Pentacles is Mother Nature, Mother Nurture. Come back to me, come back to my heart. Remember that only I can fill up my own cup. Everyone else can just be above and beyond extra. When I expect them to fill my cup, I'm going to be disappointed. Anyone in the outside world, because they can't give me what I'm looking for. I can only find this eternal, unconditional love. It's like the spring, the waterfall, we can only have within us. The outside world, it's not the same, you know, uh, type of, uh, love liquid that we're looking for. It's a special, eternal, unconditional love. There's only conditional love offered it from the outside world. We're looking for unconditional love. It's like when you're filling up with gas. There's regular, but then sometimes vehicles you have to have unleaded, or it just messes up our system, right? It doesn't fill us up. And so I feel like there is this return nudge to focusing on your inner love, because every outside relationship, lovers, friends, family, children, co-workers, whatever, is a reflection of our self-love. And so when I find myself troubled by any interaction with anyone in the outside world, they are a mirror showing me something I want to see about myself. It's always a return to self. And when I'm in a moment of filling and overflowing, then what anyone gives is above and beyond extra instead of falling short, right? So I feel I feel like these are things you already know. They're just great reminders to recalibrate and recenter ourselves in those, to make the path easier if we want. So that is what they have for you. Let's see what your fortune cookie brings in here. And you've got connection, storytelling. What is the story that you're telling yourself? Let's see here. Take a quick sip here. Got a frog in my throat that wants to produce itself here. Okay, I think it's gone. Maybe. So, storytelling, connection. It says traditionally, winter was when we told our stories. Wisdom was passed down from one generation to the next during these times, and many of our teachings were passed down orally. This medicine card comes forward today to remind you of the potent stories your family history holds. In these stories, there are medicine ways, teachings of your lineage, and traditional knowledge that is waiting to be uncovered. This medicine card asks you to do some familial research at this time. Sit with an elder in your family and ask them to tell you their favorite stories. If this is not accessible to you, ask for the information to come through your dreams, visions, and inner knowing. Write down what you discover. Think about the favorite stories of your childhood, the stories told to you by your loved ones, and all the teachings passed down to you about your heritage. There is gold waiting to be mined there, and you're being welcomed forward as a wisdom keeper of family knowledge and tradition. Storytelling is a way to remember who we truly are, and this card is calling you home to your most authentic self. Here's that energy we got. You're being called home to your own heart, right? Excuse me. And the sacred ceremony says one of your favorite relatives who has passed on to the spirit world walks you into a room with a fireplace. It's cozy, warming, and welcoming. They pour you a cup of tea, and you can smell the medicinal plants that have been infused into this drink. As you take a sip, the stories of your past, present, and future come flooding into your heart, your blood memory, and mind. These are the stories that need to be shared, and you make a commitment to your relative that you will offer these in some way. The stories are now rooted within. Your voice is the medium to share them. Wow. The healing affirmation: the stories held in my memories are waiting to be revealed. I am a wisdom keeper for my lineage. Beautiful. So I love that for you. Passing on stories to your children. Story time. All right. So that's what they have for you, Brenda. Hopefully that resonates. That's what they have there for you. All righty. So let us get caught up here on where we're at for donations. All right. So let me just take here a look at timestamps here. Oops. Okay. All right. So up next, we will have NC 7328. I'm sorry. I don't have your real names. I just have the IDs that YouTube has given us now. Let's see here. And then we have Diana. And I think we have ×2. Yep, we do. Righty. And then I believe we do have Maria. I think we do have your ID somewhere over here. Let me grab it here if it's here. There it is. Hello, darling. So we have, after that, Maria P ×2. All right. And I think that's it where we're at. Yes. Okay. All right. So let us get back into the readings here. All right. So NC 7328. We've got you here at 56:36. Here's your time stamp. And let's give that a love and a like. Thank you so much for your donation. And so you walked away from a man 15 months ago. He's back and making effort. Can I trust this? Will it go anywhere, right? Always a fun thing, right? Let us take a look here. I know whenever anyone comes back, it's always a test, right? To go, I've changed, and you're like, you know you've changed, but it's like, can I trust that? And we'll pull cards here too, but it's like Spirit quite often, whenever I have situations and questions like this, touches this in my brain to bring it forward, which is, if I do want someone possibly to give someone a chance, a second chance, third chance, 10th chance, whatever we want to experience, right? I can say, I do want to give you an opportunity to show me that you've changed. So for 3 months, right? 3 months, that seems like a long time, right? For 3 months, I'm not going to let you just back into my life, but you can start hanging out with me consistently, and then you can show me that you have changed. Because I don't want to go back and do what I've always done and get what I've always gotten. And I'm sure you don't either. So this will help us. You can see who I am now. I can see who you are now. And then we can see how things go. Their reaction really says everything. 3 months, no way, blah, blah, blah. Ah, there you are. Nope, bye. Or they're like, yes, absolutely, I'll do it. If they truly have changed, because sometimes people think they've changed and they haven't, or haven't changed as much as they think they have. We will see that. And because no one can for 3 months, really no one for 30 days, but 3 months is that testing period. No one for 30 days can fake it. And actually it takes 30 days to change a habit. So if they force themselves to present themselves differently, it actually might even allow them to change their habits. So it's a win-win-win-win-win. It shows us all that. So something to consider if that resonates there for you. But let's find out here for you and see what we have here. So can you trust this? Can you trust them, right? That they have changed and that they really are wanting this? And then will it go anywhere based on current energies here? We'll look at these. Okay. The shadow. The shadow knows. Bottom of the deck, overall reading is the shadow. It's the devil card. It is the shaker and the rattler, Saturn, Capricorn energy, which shakes things up. It allows us to see our own long-held thoughts and beliefs that don't serve us anymore either. And so it is a card for me of a stepping stone, someone that is a mirror showing us what we want to see about things as well. So um, something to be aware of coming into the reading here, because they're going to reveal, it's going to rattle your cage as it rattled it before. Feel like they will, expectations will not be met, which brings them up to us to go, why do I have this expectation? Because expectations are what suck the life out of relationships. So it's allowing me to go, why do I expect that? Why am I allowing this to define me? It's really a beautiful mirror energy to help free us from the cage that our mind has put our heart in. So, can you trust this? Can you trust them? You do have the 10 of crystals, the 10 of pentacles. This is an energy of partnership. Usually it's two people and a child and a dog and I think I'd say child and an old man in a wheelchair, about lineage, and there's all the pentacles in the palace. It's all about the physical world, and it does represent like it's a partnership card. So I do feel like they do have the sincerity and the intention that this is what they would like. Now, we always know that people sometimes can't live up to their intentions. They can want things a whole bunch, but not have capacity. So that's what we'll look at here too. They definitely have the desire. We'll see if they have the capacity to be the partner that you have been seeking in the past, where they fell short before, some way, somehow. Let's take a look. Was there anything else with that? Oh, sometimes, of course, we, included in this, a lot of us in this chat, we have the ability to sense depth, our empathic abilities. We're able to really see the capacity of who someone could be. Sometimes we fall for that, not who someone is, more so who someone could be. But experience always tells us that most people don't live up to that, right? So if I can't be with someone who they are now, then don't choose to be with them, because they're like, well, I'll change them, or they'll change, or if you can't be with them now, then don't fall in love with who they could be. Fall in love with who they are right now, or not. So sorry. I'm just going to grab another cough drop here to clear my sinuses. Evidently, the weed pollen is saying hello today. Just all right. Let's see. Do they have the capacity to live up to that intention? We have the 6 of orbs. 6 of swords does show movement, having left some old ways of thinking and has seen things from a different perspective. So there has been movement in thoughts and beliefs from them. So that's a good sign. And then the star card. Yeah, there's this balance energy that comes in with this, and a dream come true, wishing upon the star energy. So it definitely feels like that they do have the capacity to do it. Then there's, do they have the willpower, right? They're bringing back to me, when you manage in corporations and stuff, you realize there's people who are so motivated and want to do, and be successful, but they just don't have the ability for that particular position. It's like if it's technical and they're just not a technical person, it's just not going to be a good fit for them. They may be a more creative position for them, right? And then there's people who have the ability but not the will to do it. Well, so they have the ability, but we'll see if they have the will for it, right? Maybe this is kind of what we're going here. Based on current energy, can it go somewhere? Of course, that has a lot to do with what you want, because you don't have to do anything you don't want to do. But let's see, if you allow it to go forward, where would it lead? You have the Sage of Orbs. And the Sage of Orbs is the Queen of Swords. Balance between head and heart. Kind of energy here. There is an energy of a good fit. It's one of my cards that represents that, a very compatible. There's a compatibility that's here now. Let's see what else we have. You have the Seeker of Chalices. So the Seeker of Chalices, I believe this is page or night. I forget in this particular deck. Seeker feels more page energy, but it is about emotions and movement of emotion, the quest for new emotion, movement kind of energy. So there is, and it's a higher emotion than before. So that is looking promising. Got the Master of Orbs. So you got both the Sage, the Queen, and the King of Swords. So there is divine counterpart energy. It does feel like here, and maybe this Capricorn energy, because this Capricorns, even though they're an earth sign, are very much in their head. The King of Orbs, the King of Swords, the Master of Orbs. They roll over the sword suit with the Queen, but all kings are given a second portion of swords behind the scenes. So 2 parts air, 2 parts thinking. It's like you would be a balance between head and heart, and they're very much in their head. So it's like you have this commonality, but you have more emotional expression. They are more, you'd ask them what they think about something, not how they feel about something, right? Whereas you can see from both perspectives. That's why you can relate, but they might have a hard time relating to your emotional experiences, because I feel like they're very focused in their head here. And I feel like it's just maybe they have a lot of air in their chart or air sign, but I feel like it's part of how they're made up, right? And we have the Two of Orbs. Excuse me, the Two of Swords. And this is the battle between the head and the heart. And I feel like that is where they would be. The challenge is understanding that they are not a very big emotional being, but they can give you great communication and a lot of different perspectives, from a mental place. So it's something to decide whether that's what you want or not. But I feel like if it was in the past that they couldn't give a lot of emotion, they give you as much as they are able to. And if you're okay with that, because truly the emotion we're looking for really is only in here, right? They can't give us the full emotion that we are desiring, because we want unconditional love. Humans can only give us conditional love, right? So I do feel like there is possibilities there, a lot of positive things, that energy. So if that feels right for you, yeah, give it a trial, right? But not directly back into it. I like that approach of, let's take some time. I've changed, you've changed. Let's hang out and with no expectations and just see who each other are and see if we still are interested in that. But let's give it a 3-month, review period, and then see what their response is, right? It's interesting. Your fortune cookie is kin and family. It's kind of like that 10 of Pentacles energy, right? So let's take a look. It says, before you came here, you were connected to other star beings who resonate and vibrate at a similar level. Excuse me. They were your soul family, and you chose to separate when you came to Earth so that you could learn what you needed to know. There's all that Capricorn energy we're talking about, that Saturn shaking up to learn. It's now time for reconnection, and you feel a surge in your heart and a remembering in your bones to call these beings into your life so you may be in a relationship together. What? This soul family is close, and you are ready to be surrounded by those who feel like home. Trust that the new connections you're making are lifelong ties. Your closest kin has arrived. Wow. Invite a deeper sense of love, commitment, and soul remembering into your life. It is time for more meaningful connections, beauty, and a community to touch you. Perhaps you've outgrown certain relationships or experienced friendships falling away. This card confirms that all is well and what you have experienced has been necessary for your soul to grow and learn. What? Crazy. Sacred ceremony says sink into your heart center and activate the vibration of love. Reach your left out to the side of your body and do the same with your right arm. Feel the energy of unconditional love flowing from your heart into your fingertips. Your hands begin to pulse, attracting your kin to you. They energetically join you in a circle, and you see, feel, and sense each other. You remember the depth of your connection and the relationship that you're meant to share, and they will now enter your life with ease. Wow. Your healing affirmation, excuse me, clearing out the pipes. I'm so sorry. I welcome deep kin connection into my life with open arms. I am ready to engage in soul family love. Interesting. So you will know this by the energy, and I feel like this is what it's all saying here is you do have some energy that's coming in, new energy, new kin, your soul family that are showing up in your life. And that energy is different, right? Old energies moving out of your life, new energies moving in. And so you'll know with this individual if it's like, it's not ease. It's not the sense of ease. The energy you will know. And I like now that you're in a place, whereas before you might have been like, does my energy match theirs? And you've evolved to this place where you're asking, does their energy match mine? One is like, do I need to change to match their energy? That's the shrinking of ourself. That's our old habits, what we're taught as children, fit in, do what they want you to do to be loved. Now you're like, I am me. Do they match me? And if someone doesn't match me, I'm not going to ask them to change. It's just going to go, our energy just doesn't match. And that's okay. You deserve to be with someone that matches your energy. And I deserve to be with someone that matches mine. Then you have all this kin that's coming in that also matches that. So I love that for you, NC. Hopefully that resonates. That's what they have for you right now. So many blessings to you. Hey, everybody. We got Yashvi came in. Hello, hello. We have Hot Sun, Teshi. Hello, hello. Brenda Globy. Hello, Carmel. Hey, everybody. Aditi. I didn't say hello to you already. And Debbie O. Hey, Debbie, you wrote me a book. Uh-oh. I see an email there. Uh-oh. Yeah, just like the lights dimmed when the email came through. It must be a big one. I'm just kidding. Looking forward to our reading this evening. All right. So we'll check that out after in between sessions here. All right. So for donations, up next we've got Diana ×2 and then Maria P ×2. And that's what we have currently. All right. So Diana P, you're at 114 even. Look at that. Not Diana P, I have Maria P. Diana. Let's grab your timestamp. This is for ×2. Thank you for your dual donations. And you're here to say you were right last week. Wow. I love it. The popcorn. Oh, wow. So at today's event, CP is already nipping at FS. FS even walking away from CP a few times. A reading on what the heck's going on behind the scenes and how will their ride home be like. Ooh, I know. Yay. Oh, my goodness. All right. Let's find out what is happening here. Okay. Yeah, let's take some coffee tea sip here before we get into the tea. It's like preparing myself to step into a hurricane of emotion between the two of them. It's like, all right, put on our raincoats, put up our shields. Here we go. All right. So what the heck is going on behind the scenes here? What is happening here? All right, thank you. Thank you. Row, row, row. Kind of represents it. Row. It's the strength card. Leo energy, but we'll take a look here. Okay, so that's going to tell me what's going on behind the scenes. What's the ride home going to be like here? All right. So, bottom of the deck, we do have the Star Seed, which is the full card, the 0 here in this deck. Here comes the asteroid. But this is about, well, there's this energy of an ending of an old cycle, the beginning of a new adventure, trying to free self from expectations of others, not worried. And this is where it does feel like there is this who is it? Is it CP? One of them has the energy. It feels like it's the masculine energy involved, because this masculine energy feels like, I don't care about any of the expectations, the rules, the blah, 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 whatever's going on there. I want to do what I want to do. And it's like it's been kind of becoming less and less about living up to things, and now it's just outright, I don't care kind of energy. I want to do this. And it's like, oh, what? How dare you, right? And this makes sense. The 10 of Cups, I want to live my joy. I want to do what makes me happy, not always have to do what makes you happy. And I feel like because there's a masculine feminine energy here, right? The feminine more energy is saying, they feel like and this is what the whole thing is about, perspective, right? The male, it's not male, it's masculine energy is like, I have given up so much for you, and I've tried to make you happy, and you're never happy. And then the feminine energy is like, oh my God, I've given up so much of my life for you, and you're never happy. So it's like this mirror. They don't realize that when you're pointing at someone, 3 fingers are pointing back at you. But they both have that kind of feeling like, I sacrifice so much for you, but the masculine energy is more of, I need my joy. But I feel like the feminine energy is so tied into I've been taught that I'm supposed to please, and huge fear of letting people down, that they will give and give and give until they're exhausted, and give until they're resentful, which is where we're at, right? But I feel like, they're like, what? You think you've given so much to me? And that's not their perspective, and vice versa. And that's how humanity is. We think, like, I can resonate, because I'm a huge overgiver, a recovering overgiver in the past. And I'm like, oh my God, I gave so much to them, and they just, I can't believe they would cheat on me. I gave them so much, and they're like, what? No, I wanted this. And this is the whole thing about love language. It's like the example that Spirit always told me is, like, I give someone fields of corn, but they wanted wheat, and they're allergic to corn. One little stalk of wheat would mean more to them than fields of corn, because fields of corn, they can't eat any of it. They're allergic to it. but that one thing of wheat they can have, and they'd appreciate that. Had I known that they wanted wheat, I could have given them fields of wheat instead. But I assumed I like corn, not personally. I like corn, and I would want fields of corn. We always think everyone wants what we want, right? So there is that energy, and I feel like they have different love languages, and they feel like they've given so much to each other, and neither of them feel that way about each other. But I feel like in this, what's causing that is this Leo energy, and finally there's this energy of this masculine energy of I am standing up for myself and what I want. The Leo, I don't want to be caged. This freedom energy, I don't want to be caged. I want to be able to experience, the Serengeti and not the little zoo and be kept. I want to be able to follow my joys and do things that you haven't let me, right? That's their mentality. And then the Five of Flames. Yeah, here's the drama, the Five of Wands, the conflict that happens here between the two here. Well, and that even looks like, it almost looked like wheat fields. So I feel like that's a lot of this coming in here. And let's see, because I hear Diana going, but what desires, what things? I feel like it's not like they want to, like, I want to see other people kind of energy. It's, I want to be able to pursue things I want to pursue. I want to go on this vacation. I want to go to this place. I want this purchase. I want to be able to have this, like a man cave or a place there. And so there is this, kind of, feeling like there's this path. And of course, there's resentment about, well, why do you get to do what you want to do and I don't get to do what I want to do? Kind of energy. But I'm taught to be small and not ask for what I want. So how dare you be able to ask for it when I can't? And it's not that the feminine energy can't. It's, I fear asking and wanting to do things that I want to do because I fear letting people down and having people mad at me. So interesting energy there. Let's see what the ride home looks like. Spot on. Oh, wow. That's exactly what they were saying at the event. Oh, well, there we go. So let's see here. The ride home. Will we have the death card? Well, we got the sun. Here's more Leo energy. We got strength card, Leo energy. We got the sun card, Leo energy. We have the hanged man energy, and the adept of flames, which is the page of wands energy here. Interesting. There's a lot of heat here, of course. But the hanging man is an interesting energy because it's an energy of transformation, seeing things from a different perspective. And I feel like here with this, the Leo energy, the I want to be me, blah, blah, blah energy, seeing things differently. It's as if they have like this oddly mature conversation. I know. What? Now that there's calmness and there's been some processing, I feel like there's like, well, what do you want out of life? It's like the masculine energy asking the feminine energy, well, I want this and all that, but what are you wanting? What are the things that you want that you feel you can't do? So there's like this, oh, wow, I didn't even think about asking them about theirs. And just curious. Not that they're going to do anything to try to fulfill it, because they're all super focused on self. But just for the conversation and to kind of have like a, what is it called when you offer a leaf, whatever that leaf of peace is? Palm, it's not a palm leaf. whatever that, whatever that, you know, coconut, a coconut leaf. I don't know what it is, but it's the, you know, and just to kind of build a small, not even a bridge. It's like one of those ropes. So two ropes. It's not even a, you know, it's like you have to shimmy across it. They're like, here's a small little makeshift bridge that can be cut at any time. But what are you thinking? And it's an interesting energy because it is about, I didn't think about you. What else is new? Well, that's what she would say, right? That's what the feminine energy. Well, yeah. What else is new? But she wouldn't say that. It's keeping it in here right now. But I do feel like there's this page of flames, this page of wands energy is an energy of like, it doesn't feel like it's an argument flame. It feels like it's an excitement of passion of what is there a possibility that I could have some things that I want to do? And it's like there's this little glimpse of freedom for both of them, that we can do things we want to do. And it's like, well, if you get to, I get to. And they're like, yeah, you get to and I get to. And they're like, wait a minute. They never thought it was possible. And I feel like it just opens the mind just ever so slightly for this moment of communication. Well, I don't know. And then the asteroid hits and no. We're like, what just happened? Let's see what the fortune cookie brings in here too. This will be for both of your readings. An olive branch. Thank you. I knew it was some sort of branch. I like coconut branch because it's fallen from the tree and hit him on the head. All right, let's see what else we have here. We got wisdom with elder. Beautiful energy here. Let's see what this is bringing in for us here. In indigenous communities, elders are revered and honored as the wisdom holders, the way showers, and knowledge keepers. I feel like there's this elder of some sort that's influencing the masculine energy. We'll have to see what this is. When we sit before an elder and ask for guidance, we offer them our sacred medicine of tobacco to receive Creator's wisdom through them. If you are at a crossroads right now, which they are, right? This card asks you to sit with the medicine of eldership. There is great value in receiving guidance from someone who has walked the path before you. Elders have a powerful vantage point as they too have veered off course over the span of their lifetime and now carry potent insight and clarity. In your search for eldership, please remember that while knowledge is important, a true elder embodies wisdom, and reaching a certain age does not necessarily prove this role in community. Think back to the words spoken, the stories told, the memories shared with you by the wise ones in your past and present, as the answers that you seek are there. There is much richness from the elders that have and will continue to touch your life. Just as we offer tobacco, offer your gratitude to elder medicine and see the answers that have been provided by the wisdom of the ages, have it flow forward into your heart and soul. Interesting. I do feel like there's elder, and I feel like it's more for the masculine at this point, but there's an elder. Don't know if it's family though. It almost feels like it's someone that's removed from the drama. So maybe it is a grandparent or someone that doesn't get involved with everything. But I do feel like there's some sort of elder for the masculine that's been guiding them in living life and that kind of thing. Interesting. The sacred ceremony says, imagine a great fire blazing before you. You see the flames dancing, inviting you closer. Around the fire stands all the wisdom keepers who have offered you guidance, clarity, and teachings. Take a moment to acknowledge the vastness of the elder medicine that has crossed your path. They reach their hands out for yours, and you join them in a circle. A warm spark nourishes your palms. As you revel in their presence, you feel yourself moving forward in time, and you begin to morph and change into your own elder self. The flames of the fire reflect this image to you, and as you stand hand in hand with all of these wisdom holders, you're reminded of who you are. Wow. The healing affirmation, I recall the guidance and advice of the eldership in my life and walk a path of wisdom. Interesting. Huh. So I do feel like, in some way, I feel like maybe there's been a passing recently too of an elder that's really impacted them. Like, what am I waiting for to live my dreams? I got to live my life. I have to break free and live my life, because otherwise I'll regret it. And then also I feel like there's an elder in the masculine's life too that, is sharing their wisdom, and they're really taking this in, going, huh. So interesting that. Right, so that's what they have for that first one there, Diana. And then let's take a look here. Number 2. Oops. It's all one timestamp. I don't need another timestamp. Silly boy. All right. And this is for the behind the scenes. Thank you for the additional donation. And let's see here. There we are down here. All right. So FS was the one who went away last week with their brother and parents. Oh, that's right. And CP was the one who told us that she wasn't going. I read again, FS parents and brother had deep discussions about FS and CP's unhealthy relationship. Wow. So FS has done some deep thinking this week. Okay. When kind of changes do you see coming between FS and CP? Okay. All right. Oh, thank you for your kind comment. All right. Sorry, crunching up my cough drop here. All right. So tell us here, what and when kind of changes you see coming? All right, so what changes first? The changes are coming here. With all this deep thinking, I feel like these are here. We have this one, we have this, and then the when and the skinny under the surface here. See, I do want that one. I do want that one. I do want these two too. All right. Interesting. Dun, dun, dun. Wow. Well, after I put all the cards back in and shuffled, the bottom of the deck, we got that Adept of Flames coming in here. Interesting energy. Again, that spark of, I get to do what I want to do and you get to do what you want to do. Yeah, we do. Wait a minute, it's making them think about things here, especially after this ride home and after the thinking that they've done. I feel like there is this action energy of, instead of me trying to be someone else, I get to just be me and pursue what I want to do. And you get to do that too. And then we get to instead of feeling like we're, oh, wow, this is interesting, instead of feeling like we're competing against one another, we actually get to live side by side. Now, sharing each other's life, that maybe will come later, but I feel like it's, instead of going like this, at least we're going, well, let's just go along here. And instead of the energy being invested here, the energy is being invested here. And not so much about joining together like this, it's independent. Eventually, I can see there's possibilities of it becoming, we're supporting one another, and then it's us against the world. Possibility. We'll leave it there for now. Right? It's like, no matter how slim it might be right now, I do see that I see a version of that, because as they stop competing and pointing out who someone's not being, because they're taking like ownership of their own lives instead of regurgitating what they learned growing up about the other person's supposed to make them happy. They're like, no, we make ourselves happy, because you can't make me happy and I can't make you happy. We have to choose to be happy, and what do we want that'll make us happy? So it's interesting energy. It's like this, what's happening in the world? Whoa. Okay, let's take a look here. What changes are coming here? I feel like we have like three significant changes, or three changes. The first one, we've got the Sage of Crystals, Queen of Pentacles, Mother Nature, Mother Nurture, and the Five of Flames. Here's that energy of, instead of, it's a change of energy. Instead of as an attacker to each other, it's about a nurturing of ourselves energy. So that's what we're talking about. Instead of this, it's a change of, I'm going to invest my energy and focus on what I want to do, and allow you, you allow me to do what I want to do. I allow you to do what you want to do. And here we go, kind of energy. Let's see what the underlying energy under this is about. Adept of Orbs. And the Adept of Orbs is the, okay, so I think the Adepts are the Knights, because there is a horsey there. But this is a change of perspective, seeking clarity. So I feel like there's this reflective energy of, what do I want? And I feel like this is more the feminine energy, the change that is happening here, because I feel like the masculine energy is already been thinking about it a lot, and that's why they're choosing, I know what I want to do. I want to go this and this and this. And this is new for the feminine energy to go, what is this thing called? My wants. Because my wants have always equaled everyone else's wants. But you mean I can want what I want and it's okay? And I feel like there's this, especially with all the yapping they got about their life and stuff on that family visit, they're like, what do I want? Not what they want, what the world wants, but I feel like there's this reflective energy of, what do I want? And I feel like this is a huge change, because it is a huge change of perspective and thinking, right? Let's see. Number 2 change, we have the Two of Cups and the Eight of Crystals, which is the Eight of Pentacles. Interesting energy here too, because this does feel like not necessarily like a recommitment to each other, but a transformation of a relationship. And we'll see the underlying energy, but it does feel like it's, wait a minute, and this is after this weekend, right? Not just what they've thought about this last week, but I feel like there is this, not like I want to work at our relationship. It's like, you know what? I want our relationship to be less work. And this is that changing of that energy, like to myself, but it's a change of relationship, the way that I have thought it should be. And it's like, well, let's try to find out what works for both of us. So instead of working against each other, again, it's what works for us. And it's like, let's see what's underneath here. Yeah, we got the Lover's card too. Interesting energy, because we do have this, the Two of Cups and the Lover's card, emotional choices. And here's that Leo energy again. But this is a success and a brightness and a warmth. And it feels like there's an alteration in the relationship. It's like the climate is changing from a cold Antarctica relationship to at least a warm, like we're not freezing. We can go outside without coats on. So it feels like there's a warming between things here. Because I feel like they're understanding where the conflict is coming from. And again, instead of working against one another, it's a recalibration of their energy. Interesting. Let's see what this last little event is here. We do have the Two of Flames. Here's that two-ness and the star. Yeah. So it feels, here's that two-ness again of, and we go back to the Page of Flames, right? That has the Ace of Wands. It's, I have this way, I have this way. And it's not about going different, like away from each other energy. I don't feel like it's a departure. All right, I want to go this way in my life and you go this way in your life. It's like, let's try this first. Before we are like, let's upend everything and, foobar the whole possessions and money and business and all this stuff. Why don't we try living our own passions? And I don't feel like it's romantic passions with other people kind of thing that they're bringing through anyway. I feel like it's more about life goals, what brings each other joy, and focus in on that. Let's see what's below the surface here with this, because it does feel this kind of energy. We got the Adept of Chalices, which is, we had this is the Knight of Cups, movement of emotion, and the Ten of Crystals, the Ten of Pentacles. It's interesting because this energy is all the underlying energy is like there's this emotional bond that subconsciously just kind of, it's like the wires are crossing again that got pulled apart. They're not like put together and have the tape on it where they won't come apart. It's more like, like hot wiring a vehicle, how they show in the movies, right? Two things, spark, spark, spark. I feel like there's an interesting under subconscious spark with each other, which happens when we stop pointing and conflicting with someone. We almost kind of remember a little bit of why I fell for someone, right? As the expectations fall away a little bit, we start to remember a little bit about each other, of what we thought was awesome when we first met each other, before expectations, suck the life out of it. So I feel like it feels like a more explorative energy, trying to determine what is it that make us both happy and how this can work before, it's like this is the last rest stop for 1,000 miles. Because if we don't find a solution with this, then the solution is to dissolve, right? Kind of energies. But I don't feel like there's big decisions that are made yet with all this. Again, more explorative. But I do feel like there's this. We've got to do this, or it's just not healthy and we need to end this kind of energy. And I feel like they're getting to that point. It's either we gotta wake up or break up. Ooh, well, wish you love spirit. They have all these fancy sayings. So hopefully that helps, Dinah. That's what they have for you for those. So hopefully that brings the clarity you wanted for now, and we'll see what more unfolds here. I feel over this next week there's a lot of exploration, so we'll see what comes from it all. All right. So many blessings. Thank you again for your donations. Up next, we do have Maria P ×2. And then we'll have Ankita Moore. Thank you for your donation. Let's grab that here. Whoops. And then also Sonali Thakur. Let's grab your name here. All right. And I think that's it. Make sure I didn't skip anyone. Yes. All right. That's where we're at for donations. All right. Excuse me. I don't mean to cough. I forget that it picks it up this close too. So my apologies. All right. So Maria P, thank you for your dual donations via the PayPal. Let's give you, there's your timestamps for both. Let's go over to the PayPal email. Let me just take another sip here. All right. Hey, Trampzilla and Flo. Hey, Flo. Good to see you guys. And Liz, hello. And anyone else that I missed coming in here? All right. So Maria, let's see what we got here. So Wally's feelings and thoughts for you today in days of our lives. Let's see what we got here. All right. I feel like there's been one for thoughts and feelings. You both wanted to sleep over last night, but it was too late and bad storm. Ooh, did he miss you? And then we might have a sleepover tonight, question mark, based on current energies. Oh, 2 for that. What's coming towards you this week at work? And how many times will you and Wally date next week? I think that's what you're asking. Let's see, we've got 1 and 2 and that's 3. All right. So Wally's thoughts and feelings. Oh yeah, Sage of Flames, Queen of Wands. So, very much that this is, I see they're singularly focused. So they did miss you last night. Well, we'll look at the other 2. But they are, all what's on their mind is your passion, your energy, the vibrational connection you guys have. So they're all about focusing on your that fiery side of who you are, this bright light. And that does bring in, your energy just brings in this, it just raises their vibration. When they're around you, you're just such a high vibrating individual that it just helps them feel like, right? And then also the sensuality and the fire that comes from that, all that too. So they definitely have that on their mind. Did he miss you last night? Ooh, alchemy. Which one is this? 14. Oh, that's right. Alchemy. This is Temperance. They did. The Temperance is an energy of, again, I think it's Sagittarius energy. It is fiery energy again. That's coming in here. And so they did miss the passion. But there's Temperance. They were just also like, yeah, I can wait. And it's not worth dying over or having one of us get hurt traveling during a storm or being so late that someone falls asleep at the wheel or something happens, someone runs into us because we're out, people are out drunk out there or whatever, So there is this temperance energy of like, I can temper my passions, and it just makes, sometimes forcing yourself to wait makes it even more desirable, right? That's the kind of energy I feel coming in here. Excuse me. Will you have a sleepover tonight? Based on current energy, you have the 9 of crystals, 9 of pentacles, and the Tower card. It doesn't seem like it's going to come true here tonight. The 9 of crystals, 9 of pentacles is hermity energy. So being alone, in the Tower, of course, is something being removed out of our life. There is that exhaustion, and it's good for you guys to rest and to have some time. It's be grateful for what you have had. It's always a great reminder, when we're like, yeah, it's a good energy to be able to recharge your batteries so that you guys don't get sick, you don't get physically harm yourselves. It's important for you to rest, and so that's good. Let each other rest, but it feels like that with both of those cards that it doesn't seem like it happens tonight. What's coming towards you this week at work? You do have the 10 of flames, a lot of work and a lot of reward with the 10 of wands here. So I do feel like there's recognition for the hard work that you've been doing, but there also is a lot of work to go forward here, because the 10 of wands is, of course, 10 wands. Wands energy is action, movement energy. So there's a lot of go, 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 go kind of energy that comes in here. But, that is them with the harvest here as well. It has all what they earned get in there. So I just feel like there's a lot of work to be done. If overtime's available, they might have you work some overtime. But it just feels very busy, but a very productive, full energy here. It is endings and beginnings energy. So I feel like there's a completion of something and then a movement into something else. Not necessarily a job position, but it feels like maybe a project you're involved in or process that's changing. That brings a lot of extra effort this week to get things going, if that makes sense. So I feel like that's what they have for you there. And then how many times will you and a Wally date this week? I do feel like there's 3 separate situations here. Now we do have the 3 of orbs, 3 of swords, which is expectations equal disappointment. So one of them falls through, and this is an important thing, because when I feel that, I feel like for you, you're like, again, because I feel like there's plans to get together and it doesn't turn out to be as long as you want, or like last night, oh yeah, it's best we don't do it. There's some disappointment energy that's going on here. So that's a good reminder to go back to gratitude, because the more I get disappointed, the more disappointment I get. So right now, there is something that doesn't come to fruition like we want to, and then we're not able to. But that can change. This one can change with the change towards gratitude. I feel like we talked about this a couple of days ago. This feels familiar, or I dreamed about it. The second one here, a very romantic evening. So there is one that does come true. And then the other is the Seeker of Crystals, which this would be the Page of Pentacles and the 9 of Cups. Yeah, and then another beautiful dream come true type of opportunity that comes up here too. But this one also comes through gratitude with this Page of Pentacles. It's a heightened opportunity that can come true. So with these 3, what I'm hearing is there's one date next week that does happen so far based on current energies. Based on current energies, there's a second date that would not come to fruition if we stay where we're at with that disappointing energy. And then the third one doesn't happen either. But I feel like if you go into this gratitude energy and stay in it as much as possible, then the second, the one that the 3 of Swords one does happen still, and then you get a third one too that comes in. So it's like double reward for gratitude this week. There's a double coupon. So I like that. Right, so that's what they have for that. Let's get to your fortune cookie. You'll have one, of course, for this session. And then we'll go on to your second one here. Let me just put these back in. All right. Let's see what your fortune cookie says. All right, here we go. So we have remembering and past medicine. Yeah, remembering what you have had, right? Gratitude for what you have had. I like that energy. Let's see what else they have here to say. Your soul has lived many lives. It is eternal and it has no limits. This card signals that one of your previous lifetimes is impacting your current reality or experience. Wow. This moment in the timeline of your soul is calling out for healing and acknowledgement. Are you feeling stuck, overwhelmed, triggered? In a past life, something was left unresolved. It is time to allow the healing to reach through you and into the past so that you may be free. Ask the universe to help you remember this past life in the here and now and allow it to be present through your dreams, your visions, and inner knowing. So it's like something in your past life, this expectations that you're drawn into, the fear of these things. I feel like, think about past lifetimes. There could be a few past lifetimes of like, you had a love who went to sea and never came back. You had someone who went to war and never came back. There's this sense of loss of not getting what you were promised. And I feel like that can be resolved. That's where a lot of the fears and expectations are popping in this lifetime. That because it's such a strong draw, right? You're like, gosh, I have to come back to gratitude, and I feel like that this will help with all that. So sit with that. It says, great medicine awaits you in this discovery. The acknowledgement of this block allows the past trauma to be transformed. Remember that you can heal simply by bringing awareness and choosing to pour the energy of love and compassion into the past. As you do this, light travels back in time, a potent gift to the past self who is in need. The lifetime that matters the most is the one you're in right now. At this time, you can alchemize the suffering and pain from the past and share the wisdom gained from its transmutation. That's interesting because you got the alchemy card, which was for him, which was the temperance card, but it called it alchemy in this reading. And he's all about waiting. It's okay to wait, but you are not wanting to wait because that energy of the past is what I'm picking up here. The past life is because you waited and they went off to war, went off to sea, and went off to the stuff, and it took forever, or they didn't come back because they got killed. And there is that energy of well, I want to hurry up and get what I didn't get because otherwise I won't get it again. So I feel like there's something in that subconscious there. That's where our Akashic records are, right? So there's that emotional energy from past lives going, we better get what we want before it's all gone, right? You are in a portal of remembering, and on the other side, you can now choose healing and fortitude. Remember that you are a multidimensional being with many facets. Draw on the gifts offered through the portal of the past so you may align with your fullest self. Wow. And then the sacred ceremony says your past life self, vibrating with the healing energy you sent them, comes forward today holding a box. And as they open it, golden light pours out and moves into your heart, warming it with an aspect of your being that you have forgotten. You leave this interaction more integrated and connected. Your soul is a gift. Your healing affirmation, my soul is infinite, and as I heal through my past, my present is bright. Wow, I love that. All right, so that's your fortune cookie. All right, and then let's move into number 2 here. So thank you for your second donation. All right. So an update on the dark side. All right, there it is. Anything particular he wants to do with you? Whoa, it's not that kind of channel. I'm just kidding. Hold on. I've got this one here. Anything Spirit wants you to know about your relationship with Wally. All right, thank you. 1 and 2. And people at his school know me and him are dating? Question mark. All right. Let's take a look here. All right. So, update on the dark side. 2 of chalices, emotional choice. You know, that's not romance or anything like that, so don't worry. There is this, this is more from Wally's perspective, that he's trying to make emotional choices. He's been learning a lot about what I choose to feel on the inside really changes how things are happening on the outside. So as he's been not getting defensive and taking what the other person is saying or doing as this energy, that there's been less fighting, but it's not like that makes it more desirable to stay. It just makes it more calmer so they can invest their energy in themselves and moving forward in different other areas of their life. So there is this calmness that's, well, it's beginning to happen. Of course, there's still fire that's there, you know, but I feel like there's a change in how Wally is handling it all emotionally, his emotional choices. So I like that because that is less exhausting, but they're still there. It hasn't gone to zero. It's just gone from 99% down to like 75% of the time there's fire, and it's getting more under control. But it does, I spend less time putting out fires. I can spend more time on doing things to my life kind of energy, if that makes sense. Anything that he wants to do with you. You do have the 4 of orbs, the 4 of swords. This is rest. It's a rest energy and be calm and be still energy. I like that. It's kind of just because swords are communication and restfulness, peace of mind. I feel like they are wanting just to have a chill kind of evening where we don't do anything. We just watch Netflix and eat and just cuddle and just don't do anything. I just want to be with you and just be, doesn't have to be sex or, go, this or that, or big discussions. It's like, let's just be with each other and just be in silence as we watch something or do something. I just feel like he's looking for a restful night, is the current energy, which makes sense because like we were talking about, I think he feels exhausted. Anything Spirit wants you to know about your guys' relationship? Hanging Man here, the Hanged Man, and the 8 of Orbs, the 8 of Swords. There is transformation that's happening in the relationship, and that's a positive movement forward. There is that, it's the cocoon hanging upside down. I like that they did a pendulum here, but it is cocooning type of energy, and there is transformation. You both are facing old thoughts and beliefs and mindsets, expectations around relationship. You guys are working through those on what you're realizing that you guys don't expect the same things because you grew up differently. And so you're really learning to communicate, really learning about what each other's expectations are, letting some go, realizing it, and making more effort towards living up to expectations. It's a healthy type of transformation. The 8 of Swords is a healthy letting go of things that don't serve anymore, beliefs that don't serve anymore, where that does bring peace and rest. So, of the mind at least. And then people at his school, they know you and him are dating. Got the Master of Flames. We got the King of Wands and the 5 of Flames. The drama energy. I I do feel here the King of Wands is an energy of control and deciding what to share and what not to share. I don't feel like they know because of this Five of Wands. They're like, I just don't want drama to come up, and it's not something that um, I need to feel like I need. That's anyone's business, There, we're here to work. We're here to do, the stuff, and if they bring it up, like, oh, da 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 da, he changes the subject, and uh, makes some sort of joke or something. It's not ready to, again, how we talked about before. I know it's been over a year, but there's like, I just don't want people meddling in my relationship, because I feel like relationships of the past, that it was so much of people sticking their nose in that has caused a lot of the towards each other, because people say things, and people that desire each of, it'd be like people that desire each of you, people might plant things to try to separate, because, different people want them. And they're just like, I just don't want to deal with that right now yet. So that's what we have for you, Maria. Hopefully that helps with all that. And that's what they have. So many blessings to you. Thank you again for your dual donations. All right. So we have Ankita will be up next, Ankita Moore, and then Sonali, and then Sean G. I got your via the CashApp. But that coffee has gone right through me, and I'm so sorry. I really just need to run to the little boys' room real quick. So I'll be back in just 2 minutes, and then we'll continue on with the reading. So I'll be right back. All right. Thank you guys so much. So much better. Because I drink all that coffee, plus my host had got me Dutch Brothers. a lot of coffee. Uh-oh. All right. So thank you guys again for your patience. All right. So we have Ankita Moore. You are up. Let's grab your timestamp here. All right. And you are right here. So thank you for your 100 sticker there and for your donation. All right. So you're saying that a psychiatrist said that your little sister is faking illnesses, as her reports are normal. It's her brain thinking that she is sick. So is it because of some negative energy? And when will she get fine totally? All right, let's take a look here. Of course, the disclaimer in the description box, I'm not, of course, a licensed counselor or medical professional. Tarot is for fun. Ultimately, everyone makes their own decisions. They should consult professionals, of course, which I feel like they are, but we have to have that disclaimer here in the United States. So check, check. All right. So let's take a look here and find out what tells about this the illnesses here. Okay. 1 and 2. Okay, that's what we have for that. And then based on current energies, when will she get fine? Okay. Let's see here. So we do have the bottom of the deck. We do have the 8 of Pentacles, which is about putting in the blood, the sweat, the tears, and the fruition and the transformational energy. So it is an energy of change and movement. This is part of her journey and her adventure of, release, and because the caterpillar becomes caterpillar juice, releases things from themselves, and transforms. So there is energy of movement and change that will be happening. So I like that energy. It's that there is transformation. Now, when we say when she'll get fine totally, that's an unacceptance kind of energy. Like a should be an expectation, the feeling of the need to fix someone. And that energy is lower vibration in itself. To feel like I'm broken, something's wrong with me, that feeds lower vibration, lower vibration, lower vibration, keeps us in the loop of lower vibration, right? So when part of like what helps with this process is realizing I'm not broken, I'm just burning away parts of me that are not true to me anymore, and I'm letting things go. And when we change our focus from I'm broken, something's wrong, that just keeps that, when I think of that, that keeps growing. If I focus on gratitude for who I am, and it's about honoring the moment of where we're at. And when we honor the moment of where we're at, then that's what starts flowing joy and starts flowing ease of life, instead of trying to control it and trying to fix, control what's broken, what's not living up to what we think is supposed to be happening, should be happening. Really embracing and just accepting and honoring this moment is what starts changing things. So those are important things that can help her if you're able to share that with her. So what else? Tell us about this. What's about the negative energy, or what's causing this, right? So we have the Seeker of Flames, and the Seeker of Flames is the Knight of Wands energy. The Knight of Wands is on a quest of stepping into their power, which is whatever energy I focus on is what grows and expands. Again, this is just a reiteration of what I was just saying. Just I hadn't turned the card over yet, which is realizing that my life is a result of what I focus on. So if your sister focuses on lower vibrational stories and emotions and energies and actions, then I'm going to then that expands it in my life. If I focus on what do I love, what am I grateful for, laughter, joy, play, unconditional love, higher realm, higher vibration, then I attract stuff that matches that. So a part of all this is what the energy is that I'm focusing on. Also, the Master of Flames, the King of Wands, and then also the Seven of Orbs, Seven of Swords. This is becoming aware of my own thoughts that have cheated me out of opportunities that have been holding me back. It's like the hot air balloon, maybe with 7 ropes that are holding me down to lower vibrational energy. It's these thoughts and these beliefs, these opinions that have been said and that I believe in my head once I question these thoughts and these beliefs, so like they were saying, her brain thinks she's sick, but something to look at with all of this, because whatever illness is being expressed in their body could be stress related, and in their emotional body, because so much of our things that flow out into our physical world are because we haven't listened to our inner children, our emotional self, or our mental inner child, usually our emotional inner child. And so when we're not listening to our inner children, our inner teenager, who's our physical body, because our emotional body is created 7 years old and younger, our mental body is 7 to 14, and then our physical body is 14 to 21, 7-year periods, right? And there's that 7 of swords. So when we don't listen to our little inner children, the older physical body goes, I'll get their attention for you. So something that you might consider is just Googling emotional and spiritual reason for, and put whatever physical symptoms are being expressed, and that'll help you maybe get to the root. You can see what she can see, what resonates with her. You can see what resonates with you for her. But really it's about her understanding, because that's what's going on inside of her. Let's see here. So hopefully all that helps. And will she get, when will she get fine totally? We have the Fool card, the Zero card, starting fresh, and the Master of Orbs, the King of Swords, which is the mentalities. So it does make sense. The Seven of Swords is the mental inner child, and the King of Swords rules over the mind, that once they are able to let go of these expectations and these beliefs that are tied to some emotions, then there's this transformation that can happen. Interesting thing to consider is, because they're focusing on the thoughts, I feel like these are, questioning the beliefs around, why do I feel like something needs to change? Because it's, whenever there's this energy, it's what am I trying to fix? What am I trying to control? What are my expectations that are not being met? Where's their disappointment? That all points us to what am I fearing below the surface? Who am I afraid of letting down? Who am I afraid to be rejected by? What is this underlying root energy? And when we have one emotion, it creates 1,000 thoughts. So once we start, we can zero in on a thought, we can go to the root, find the emotion that's at the root of the thought and belief, and then once we transform the emotion, it transforms the thought and the other 999 beliefs and thoughts that were related to that emotion. Doing the emotional work seems to me to be a more productive use of our time, because I can spend time dealing with 1,000 thoughts, but if that emotion isn't taken care of, not all those 1,000 will go away. But if I go down one thought to the root and find the emotion, transforming this emotion automatically transforms all those things too. So hopefully that helps, Ankita. That's what I feel like they have for you right now. So many blessings to you. All right, and Sonali, you are up. Let's grab your timestamp here. Okay. Boom, boom. And thank you for your donation. Let's give that a love and a like, since it lets me. And you want to know what's coming towards you in general. All right, let's see what Spirit has here for you. They want you to know what's coming towards you in general. All right, thank you. What else? We got this one, and we got this one, and we got this one. And underlying energies. Let's see, we got the bottom of the deck here. All right, yeah. Freedom of thought is coming your way. I know. Can you sense? You're like, uh-oh. What does all that mean? Well, the bottom of the deck, you do have the 9 of Swords. So all this thinking, but it's the Nightmare and Insomnia card. But the 9 is you're so close to the ending. You're reaching this point of I'm tired of trying to live up to what everyone wants. I'm thinking about it. I'm having nightmares about it or dreaming about it. But there's all these fears, these expectations that we're afraid we're not going to be able to, reach. And then people are going to be disappointed in us, right? The 9 of Swords. Well, the first card that came out, that was the bottom of the deck. The first card is the Shadow, the Devil card, which is the shaking and rattling of our belief cage that shows us the cage of thought that we have our heart trapped in. So this is why I say there's freedom, because this is conflicting energy that brings in some things in your life that trigger the mental triggers inside that go whoop whoop whoop. So there's reaction, but these things are already running on autopilot below the surface, and so they're coming to the surface and they're showing us, oh, this is something I can look at and something that can be transformed. And when we do, then we're free from it, instead of going, ooh, put it back down there until tick tock, ding, it comes back up again. We're like, no, if we keep doing this, we keep experiencing its impact, and it keeps one on showing itself, trying to be transformed. So this is these things coming up with a purpose right here, going, all right, I guess you want my attention, that I can transform this, right? So let's see what else they'll tell us about this here. You got the 4 of Crystals, you got the 4 of Pentacles with the Lovers card. Okay. And the 3 of Flames, the 3 of Wands. So with these 3 coming out together, this does feel this is about how I define my worth by my relationships. Because the 4 of Pentacles, it does tell us that we're all taught to define our worth in 3 buckets: relationships, situations, jobs, education, social status, situations that we can get in, and things, our bodies, bank accounts, and possessions. So relationships with humans, situations, things. Well, all of those are unstable, right? Situations never stay the same. Things break down, deteriorate, blow up, burn down, right? So we know those are unstable. When we define ourselves by them, we feel unstable. Relationships, which is what we're focusing in on here, right? We're taught how people feel about us. Is how we determine how we feel about ourselves, and the definition. So instead of self-worth, it's retail price, because retail price is what value do I feel people put on me, and we end up on the clearance rack, right? Or donated to Goodwill. But when we turn inward and upward, that's where we find the pricelessness of who we are, and that's a very stable energy. It's eternal, unconditional love. Eternal is forever. That's pretty stable. Unconditional is no conditions. Nothing you have to do to earn that love, and nothing you can do to lose it, because there's no requirements to earn it, and there's also nothing that can happen for us to lose it. So it's a very solid foundation of our worth. But this is what I feel like is coming towards you, is this realization that other people, humans, change. Humans walk away. Humans pass away. So relationships with humans are unstable and temporary. They're not forever, right? With that human character. And the 3 of Wands is about a change of direction. It's like a belief, and this is what I'm doing, this is what I'm pursuing, going towards, but it's an alteration with new information, with new awareness on where your true worth sits. It changes your life, because you don't feel like you have to do all this to be lovable. You realize I'm lovable just because I am. And then I stop looking for other people to, and investing so much energy trying to become worthy to others, because I find my own worth inside of me. I validate myself instead of seeking validation from others. So big transformative energy, which leads you to your higher self. Yeah, the high priestess, this wonderful stepping away, connecting to your higher self, finding that self-love, but communicating with your spirit, your higher self, looking behind the veil, diving deep and understanding your own emotions. So I feel like there is this wonderful energy that's coming in here. You know, I'm just thinking, I don't know if I gave Ankita your fortune cookie. If you're here, Ankita, and I did not, please let me know. Because I was just about to give you your fortune cookie, Sonali, and I'm like, oh, I might have went flying by Ankita. So my apologies. I don't think, let me see here. Past life, remembering. Yeah, because this was Maria's. So, Ankita, I will give you, maybe I'll put a second timestamp. If you're here, let me know if you're here. But for Sonali, let's give you your fortune cookie here and see what else they want you to know here. So Sonali, maybe there's a reason. Maybe you would have got, maybe Ankita would have gotten this one, but they're not supposed to get this one. You got ancestors, star nations. Card 56. I love the reflection of the big full moon there. So this is for Sonali. In our traditional stories, it is said that we come from the stars and we shall return to them. When our time on this planet is done, we travel to the star nations and become part of the beauty of the cosmos. Every night, our relatives and ancestors who have passed on watch down over us, their sparkle bringing light through the darkness. This card brings a message from a loved one who has passed, a relative who meant so much to you. They remind you that while they're no longer present in human form, their spirit lives on in so many ways. See their face in your living relatives and hear the stories they used to tell, now told by the younger generations. Watch for their presence in your dreams and listen for their messages in your times of solitude. Your loved ones from the star nations are close to you, supporting, guiding, and reconnecting to you. The memories and bonds you shared, can never be broken. The sacred ceremony says, imagine yourself standing under the darkest sky you have ever seen with millions of stars overhead. You begin to feel the presence of expansive love, and an ancestor who you've missed very much approaches you. Their face holds a kind and welcoming expression, and you embrace. Allow this familiarity and comfort to fill you up. They offer you a sacred message to guide your life, reminding you of the wisdom they always shared with you. You are filled with gratitude and tell them you will see them in your dreams. Tonight, as you go to sleep, ask for them to visit you from the stars for another embrace. Wow. And the healing affirmation, I am loved by my ancestors in the stars. Our bond is never forgotten. Wow. I love that for you. So that is what they have for you. Sonali, thank you again for your donation. All right, and then Ankita, so sorry. I'm going to put on here fortune cookie because I forgot. I'm so sorry. So I'll put this out here. There we go. All right, and then your fortune cookie, Ankita. Here we go. So, Ankita, you have worth. You have Anishinaabe, maybe, the good being. And this is the worth. Love that. The little child. So let's take a look here. Number 41. It says, as children, we're constantly measured against goodness. Are we well behaved? Do we follow along with the rules set out for us? Are we polite and respectful? Wow, this is like, because this was all about challenging energy, right? While there is nothing inherently wrong with these ways of being, when these are the standards constantly expected from us, we lose part of our childlike spark and medicine. The Anishinaabe, I'm probably murdering that, definition of the good being is one who has been created by divine breath. When we return to this truth, the medicine of this card reminds you of your inherent worth. You are deeply and profoundly good because you are. There is nothing you need to prove. There's no way you need to act. There is nothing that can be taken take this away from you. We are constantly told we are not enough and that we need to fix ourselves. Collective messages that we can't escape. This card invites you to return to your childlike innocence and untangle yourself from the beliefs of what being good truly is. It's time to see through the illusion of the messages that have been fed to you. And like the Anishinaabe people, you have your own connection to the divine source, and you're being asked to remember what that is. Wow. Sacred ceremony, close your eyes and see your child self appear before you. Hold your arms out to them. And as they sit on your lap, they share with you any aspects of themselves that they hid, suppressed, or bypassed in order to find acceptance and love. You recall any expectations your family system might have placed on you. You wrap your arms around your child self, and a small herd of deer spirits offer a flood of light to your hearts to clear those beliefs. They remind you that your goodness comes from being, not doing. And the healing affirmation is, I am inherently good, and I infuse my child self with this truth, right? Interesting. So this is a good message for your sister, now that I remember that this is what your was about. So how perfect. It's her returning to her child self. There definitely are some beliefs that were formed during that period. All right. Yeah, welcome back. No problem. So I'm glad we got you your fortune cookie eventually too. All right. So many blessings to you. Sorry about the late cookie. They were in the oven. All right. So Sean G, you are up 233.03. Here's all those threes of creativity, Sean. Boom, boom, boom. So thank you for your donation via the CashApp, and you wanted guidance for the week. All right, let me take a sip here. Hey, Paul, good to see you. Alice Cooper Show. Oh, wow. An old one, right? Didn't know they were still alive. These days, I'm like, I wonder, All right. So, Sean, let's take a look here. What does Spirit want to give you as guidance for the week here? All right. Boom. Here you go. Here's your cards. So what do we have? We got 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6. So I do feel like these are energies that flow through the next 6 days. Bottom of the deck, you do have the Fool card coming in here. Card 0, it's the Starseed card. But this is about a new adventure, a new journey. And it's like the guidance for the week is to go about life as a new adventure, embracing each moment. I shared, there's this quote from Eckhart Tolle, or Tolle. I don't know how he pronounces his last name. But there was something about when we honor this moment, that's when life starts to flow and joy comes in and life becomes easier. When we honor this moment, I love the word honor. And that's what I feel like this week is, because the Fool card is like a world of possibilities, honoring what is, not expectations. Expectations are what take the adventure away and make it work, instead of adventure and embracing and honoring the moment. So I like that. Okay, so starting off day one, Monday, we got the Seven of Chalices. We got the Seven of Cups coming in here. And the Seven of Cups here, a lot of different emotions to feel on Monday. But the message here is to feel your emotions. Be in the moment, honor the emotion of the moment. Going, all right, this is what I'm feeling. Allow yourself to flow through it. It takes 90 seconds for an emotion to fully go through our body, unless we keep looping it through a belief. But when we feel something, I can feel it and not, I can watch it go by. There was a way they talked about it last week, or I think it was last week or week before, about you can look at, like, emotions are a stream in front of you, and if an emotion goes by, it's a leaf. We can just watch it and experience it and let it keep going, or we can take the leaf, feel it, smell it, rub it on us, eat it. It becomes a part of us, and we poop it out later. And then it's like, all right, I did so much more with that emotion than I needed to, right? But we can just let that emotion just go on by and experience it, but not absorb it. And so there's a difference with that. And I feel like that's an important guidance for Monday, is feel the feels, but you don't need to absorb it. Tuesday, you have the Sage of Crystals, Queen of Pentacles, bit of abundance energy, also a self-care day, Tuesday. So go get a mani or a pedi or a massage or take a hot bath. Do something to nurture yourself on Tuesday. But it is about following your heart, nurturing yourself, and a sense of abundance. And I feel like there's that sense of gratitude is a good guidance in that's there. So I like that for you there. Wednesday, you've got the Indigo, which is the Magician, the regular arcana. So Wednesday, a big day of whatever you focus on, expansive energy. So our energy is always growing what we're focusing on, but I feel like Wednesday for you is like, whoa, boom. So so far a day of the week, gratitude. I mean, you have gratitude on Tuesday, but extra focus on gratitude on Wednesday brings fruition of gratitude, but focusing on lack also brings us in lack. So if there's any day that you put an alarm on your phone, remember gratitude. What am I focusing on? That'll help you with ease on your path, as we talked about. Thursday, right? Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. You got Three of Flames, Three of Wands. Feels like there's an alteration. Hey, Sean, just in time. I feel like Thursday, with new information, you do make some decisions to go a different direction than you had planned before. I feel like this is more business, income, job related than it is personal life energy. So I feel like you're like, you know what? With this new information I have, instead of going this direction, I'm going to go this direction. Instead of doing this, I'm going to do this energy, and to welcome that flexibility and welcome that feeling of change that's there. So I like that. And then Friday, you have the Two of Orbs, the Two of Swords. Feels like you have decisions to make, a little bit of conflicting energy between head and heart, a little bit of confusion, like, I don't know what to do, I don't know what to do. And then do what I'm doing, though, because normally they have, she has her eyes open in here. They usually have their eyes closed or blindfold, because it encourages us to close our eyes, get out of our head, and drop into our heart and ask our heart what it wants. Our heart will tell us the direction it wants to go. And then we're like, okay, that's what I want to do. So on Friday, if you're wondering, just like close your eyes, open your heart. And if that doesn't work, flip a coin. If you have like, I either need this or this, flip a coin. Heads this, tails this. If you get heads and you're like, oh, 2 out of 3, you know that you want this anyway. If you get tails, you're like, yoo-hoo, you know that's what you wanted. Because the casting of lots, in a way, tells us by the outcome, oh, well, I didn't want to do that. Well, then don't do that. Do the other, right? So I like that kind of energy for Friday. And then Saturday, you do have the 9 of Wands, the 9 of Flames. There's a bit of hermity energy for you on Saturday, because it's normally like a blocking energy or a perseverance, but I'm not getting that. I'm getting total big 9 energy of hermit. I need to be alone with my energy. I need alone time with my energy is what I'm picking up there. So stepping into my power, taking time to realize what am I focusing on and what do I want to focus? What do I want? Not what I think I'm supposed to want, but what do I want? Kind of like King of Wands energy, Emperor energy in a way, but it's more pocketed away. Again, well, that's what they do there. Clear the throne room. I need my alone time to decide what I want, put a plan together, and then put action behind it. So it's important to take your time there. So that's your guidance for the week. Let's see what your fortune cookie is for the week. All right, here it is. And you've got surrender. You got the Earth Mother. Beautiful card. Mother Nature, Mother Nurture energy. Again, here's another 3, 4, 3. But the Empress energy, creativity, right? And then your timestamp was 23303. And you have 2 3s in your user ID number. Creativity. All right, so surrender. You are offered a blessing of pure, unconditional love flowing through all the layers of your trauma and pain. The Earth Mother steps forward and asks you to increase your capacity to receive, for this has been a long time coming. Your heartbeat slows down as you welcome this expansive energy into your field. You have been on high alert for so long, it feels normal. Wow. Deepen into surrender to fall into Mother Earth's graceful, outspread arms. She gently lays you down upon the earth, and you are fully supported. The tears that you have suppressed are invited to fall like rain upon her soil. It's finally safe to trust in your surrender and align with the steadiness she provides. You are home. There is new wisdom awakening within, but you can only hear it in the quiet moments of rest. There you go. Rest on Saturday. Your spirit is attuning to the next step in your path, but it will not happen until you gather your vital energy back. Take care of your sacred self with the help of Earth Mother, and the universe will step up to meet you. Wow. Sacred ceremony. Imagine yourself lying flat on the earth, fully supported and held. Feel 2 hands at the back of your heart. A nourishing red and gold nectar runs from the core of the earth into your heart and spreads out to weave through the rest of your body. The Earth Mother gently speaks to you, validating that she sees how much you have been through and how tired you are. Let go. Sink into her love. There is no more need for hypervigilance. Wow. Your healing affirmation, I allow myself to be held and nourished. The love of the earth surrounds me. They're reminding me there was a time in my life where, you know, we all have altercations and beliefs with parents and about our lovability and things. And there was a time in my life where I got a kind of a response from one of my parents, and through a letter, and pretty much saying, my relationship with God is between me and them, and you can keep yours to yourself. And I felt so rejected because it was such an important time of my life. I think I was like 20, 21, somewhere in there, 22, maybe 22. And I was like, oh. And in that moment, the creator came and said, I'm your mother, I'm your father. And there was a trash can, and I just put the letter and dropped it in the trash can. I let go, and I let creator, mother and father of all things, become my mother and father. And of course, they are unconditional, and, in that energy. And so I love that energy coming in here for you as well. But that's what they have for you, Sean. So many blessings to you. And thank you again for your donation. All right. I think that is it for donations. So let me take a look here. Let's see, it's 2:45. Let me just take a look and see where we're at on free readings here. And let me make sure. All right, so here we got Eagle, and we got Johanna and Patricia, and we got Calm Karma. I love it. Ashish Bakaran. All right, we did those. All right. Then we have Patty here. Let me grab that here. Brenda Guns 89. Let me grab that here. Got Mika Khan. Let's say like Shaka Khan. Shaka Khan. That's from a singer here in the United States. An old singer, old group anyway. All right, so we did Nova. We have all those. We did that. We did that. And we have Livy A. All right, we've got Maria P. for a general. Oops. Okay. Got that. We got Cat Goddess. I'm just getting a look here to see how many I have. To see if I'm going to push through and just finish them all now, since we're kind of getting ahead of the game here, or am I going to come back? Let's see here. Nova. Good Diane. Okay, we got Hot Sun here. Tashi Singh. Sorry, thank you guys for your patience. I'm just taking a look here. Let's see. So we already had Brenda. Oh, no, it's a different one. Okay. That's your free reading. Okay. And then a DT. Burma. Whoops. Hitting wrong buttons here. All right. Then Carmel. Kind of getting up there. This is 15. This is 16. Almost to the bottom, though. Let's see. Debbie wrote a book. Okay, we got Liz. Grab yours here. And okay, we did that. That one was that one. We got Trapzilla. Cracks me up. I know it's an old one. It's going to be in general. Sonali. And you got a Flow. We got yours here. And Paul, we got you here. Summer, which of course is Moonlight, but your name is Summer in here. And then, all right, yeah, Debbie, right? If I finish early, then we can always do earlier if you want. So I'll let you know. Yeah, because we got like 22 and it's 2:50. So, and free readings do go by faster here. The only problem with that is that I do, when I stay on, then I get more added to it. So we'll do like 10 minutes here, and then I will come back for the other free readings after I go eat, because yeah, I haven't eaten yet since yesterday afternoon. I know I'm in a fasting kind of energy, but I do need to eat. So that's what we'll do. Instead of pushing, push, and get sick or pass out, we'll do that. All right. So we'll get a few in here. So Eagle, let's do yours. You're at 251. I know, what the heck? All right. So Eagle, you just had a snack. So Eagle, a general for the upcoming week. Let's see what we have here for you. In fact, I'm going to switch over to the Tarot of the Sacred Kingdoms, because my hands are tired of holding those big cards. So let's take a look here. So Eagle, general for the upcoming week. What do they want you to know? We got this one and this one. So we've got the King of Wands and the Seven of Cups. Oh, interesting energy here with these two coming in. Because the King of Wands is about taking charge of the energy I want to invest, me deciding what I want. And the Seven of Cups, there's a lot of different emotions, a lot of different, it feels like there's a lot of different directions that your heart is wanting to take you. And I feel like you don't have to decide which ones I want to follow. It's a matter of putting them in priority of what do I want to go in, where does my heart want to lead me first? And so I feel like this week is allowing your heart to lead you. It's almost like Seven of Cups, 7 days. Like every day, allow your heart to lead you somewhere. So you don't have to decide, well, there's only one place. It's like, I'm going to go every day. I'm going to follow my heart to do something each day, whether it's taking me somewhere or doing something or making something specific to eat or Googling something specific. It's every day, follow your heart. This is part of learning to follow your heart as a regular part of your day. So it's just once each day, take a big deep breath and then close your eyes, step out of your head, go down into your heart and go, what do you want, heart? And follow that and see where that takes you for the week. So I like this sense of adventure, but it's a sense of being, learning to step into your heart and follow your heart as well. So I like that, right? So that is what they have for you, Eagle. So many blessings to you. All right. And then Johanna Yerison, you are up. Let's grab your timestamp here. Oops. Yeah, I'm doing that right. There we go. Anyone know, are these people safe to go out and about with today? Uh-oh. Hopefully you haven't left yet. Unless it's you get a safe thing. So, of course, always use your own common sense and carry some mace. You got the Nine of Cups and the World card. Yeah, two great cards. Nine of Cups is dream come true type of energy. The World card is a victory, an ending of an old cycle, beginning of a new adventure. So it does feel like a new adventure kind of energy that's there. So it doesn't let go of expectations, and of course you get to choose what story you put to your experiences with them. But I do feel I'm not getting any spidey sense warning signs. But of course, if you do, stranger danger, run, right? Or make sure you bring someone with you, or make sure people know where you're going, just be safe. But based on that energy, it feels like there's nothing to be afraid of. So I like that. All right, short and sweet for today, Johanna. That's what they have for you. And then Patricia, you are up. Look at this, 25511 coming in here. And you want to know, what would Spirit like you to know about Stephen, who you just met? Casual dater. Oh, uh-oh. All right, let's take a look here. So what would Spirit like you to know about Stephen? Okay. Yes, boom, boom, 2 cards. Do you have the 7 of Cups and the 3 of Wands? 7 of Cups is they're a casual multi-dater. That 7 of Cups represents 7 different people that they're casually dating. And the 3 of Wands is, with new information, you choose to go a different direction. So, I don't mind being like one of maybe 2 people someone is seeing, especially if it's this casual dating. But when I realize I'm one of a village, I'm like, meh, that's all right. You deserve to be, as grandma used to say, don't go on a date with someone who wouldn't make a good mate.
No. N-O. No. No means no.
So there you go, Patricia. But you get to decide what adventure you want to go on. So there you go. All right. So many blessings to you. That's what they have for you, Patricia. If it was unclear, get away from him. If you want. All right. And then we have Calm Karma. You are up. Here's your timestamp. So you want to know advice on how to proceed with divorce. Should I go it alone or chance using a costly lawyer? All right, let's take a look here and see the energies. Spirit doesn't have an opinion. They just know there's different choices with different experiences, different outcomes. Neither's right, neither's wrong. Just brings different energies. So we'll pull one for if you go it alone. And then the second is if you choose a costly lawyer. And we'll see what energy you prefer. So if you go it alone, you do have the 5 of Cups. Yeah, there is sorrow there. There is this feeling of lower vibrational emotions around that. And if you use a costly lawyer, you've got a Knight of Swords, fast moving. There's a lot of clarity, a much more communicative, but it's more and more enlightening and more seeing things from a different perspective. And so I do feel like you might have regrets if you just go it alone, because you might end up choosing, because maybe you're in sorrow or in some sort of emotional state, you might end up settling for something. Whereas if you have someone who brings you awareness and brings you clarity and going, oh no, they're lying to you. That's not legally theirs. You have legal, access to that, or part of that, etc. So I do feel like it is leaning you towards a lawyer. It doesn't have to be a costly lawyer, but a lawyer, I feel, will bring you clarity and allow you to understand what your options are. And I feel like it'll benefit you in the long run. So I feel like that's what's coming in there for you. All right. So there you go, Karma. Hang in there. Yeah, absolutely. And thank you for your patience, everyone. And I know it takes a while to get through to all the readings. So thank you for your patience and waiting to get to that. All right. Ashish Balkaran. I know I probably mispronounce it every single time. So my apologies, Ashish. So let's grab your timestamp here. Let me correct this too. There we go. Put a space in there. And you wanted to know, will you be successful in your love life? And is anyone in love with you? All right. Based on current energies, what does successful in love life mean to you, right? And is anyone in love with you right now? Okay. Oh, no. Didn't want those. All right, here it is. This one here. Will you be successful? You have the Wheel of Fortune. It's the tuna for you. And, you know, the Wheel of Fortune says whatever unfolds in our life is always for us. Sometimes our human can go, why? How is this for me? But when the Wheel of Fortune card comes out, that tells us even our human is going, that this success, this love life, this is for me, this results. So it does feel like there is success. I mean, Wheel of Fortune, of course. So it does feel like you do have success in your love life. I do feel like you go through a transformation of defining what do I believe success in love life is versus what everyone else is saying what success in love life should be. I feel like you're coming into your own of going, yeah, everyone else says this, but I don't care about that. This is what matters to me. And I feel like that's where success, where you feel like, yeah, when you realize I don't have to try to have a love life that everyone else wants me to have. I get to have the love life I want, right? So I like that. All right. Hey. All right. Okay, Patricia. Very good. See you next week. Have a great week. Sorry. And then you want to know, is anyone in love with you, Ashish? I guess when you get the lover's card, that means there is someone. And I do feel I'm getting a sense that you do know who this is, because I feel like they really haven't voiced it, but they've unclearly hinted, because you're like, were they saying that? I'm like, yeah, you're that instinct that you have, that who it is, they do love you as well. Maybe not as well, because I don't know if it's reciprocal yet, but I feel like you know who this person is who is in love with you. But I kind of get the feeling like you're like, yeah, I wish I could love them, but I just don't. And that's okay that you don't. You don't have to force yourself to love someone who you don't, right? So I know. So that's what they have for you, Ashish. But there could be someone else, of course, down the road, obviously. But that's what they have. All right, everybody. I know. I've got about let's see. I had 22 total. I've done 5. What is that? 17? 17 more to go or so. But I need to go eat because I haven't eaten since like yesterday afternoon. And so I'm going to go eat, recharge a little bit, and then I'll jump back on. It'll be a shorter session. So I'll probably be back on in less than an hour because I just need to go make myself a nice, yummy little lunch. And then I'll be back on and finish everything out. Of course, I'll put a pinned comment after the end of each stream with the timestamp, so you could just jump in and go directly to your reading. But I'll be back on in a little bit for that. Again, thank you for all the thumbs up, all the love, and all the support. So grateful, and the patience in getting to your readings. But I will be back. So until I see you guys again, remember, every second of every day of your life, you truly are eternally and unconditionally loved by the Mother and the Father of all things, our Creator. And of course, I love you too. So until I see you guys again, enjoy your week. Remember, have some fun. Why are we being so serious? This is a playground. Make sure to laugh. Make sure to play. Make sure to have fun, because that's what we're here for, right? So I love you guys. We'll see you soon.